Hi there, I'm Rob Lauzon. I'm a senior portfolio manager at Middlefield Capital Corporation, and just want to spend a little time today talking to you about some investable solutions that we're quite excited about that will help address some of the issues and challenges that the food and agriculture industry is currently facing. Population growth, we think will approach 10 billion people in the world over the next many decades to 2050, and that's going to require more food. But at the same time, we need to make that food more sustainable, and also help the 2 billion people that are facing malnutrition currently. So there's some challenges that the food and ag industry need to address, and one major area is if we're going to meet the climate goals and carbon neutrality by 2050 that the world is striving for. 25% of emissions come from the food and ag supply chain, so that needs to be addressed. So there's many solutions that we're quite excited about. I'm going to talk about 6 of them today. The first area would be innovation in seeds. That's probably the biggest source of food growth and efficiencies has been innovation in seeds, but we continue to see research and development by large conglomerates globally in this area over the next decade. Secondly would be precision agriculture. So really using technology and data on the farms and making things more efficient and getting better harvests. So whether that's from GPS software, satellites, robotics, industrial automation, drones, all of this technology incorporated with farm machinery is going to have a big impact on food growth. So simple things like having automated sensors on sprayers and irrigation systems to do a better job. When you're planting seeds, to be more accurate for depth or spacing of plants. When you're harvesting and with the combine, less waste if the combine slows down and speeds up in certain areas to reduce waste on the farm. So that's a big area of growth that we think will grow over the next decade on an annual growth rate of low double digits, that 10 to 15% range, which is attractive to us. Another solution that we're investing in currently would be vertical farming. So essentially bringing technology indoors, and this can be 70 times as efficient as growing crops in the outdoor conventional fashion in soil. So just think of indoor barns, industrial sites, 2 hours outside of a metropolitan area that have stacked trays of plants being grown. And one good example would be one area that it works well with is lettuce. So getting you fresh salads and grown all year round. So think of climates like Toronto, Montreal, where you can't have farms growing lettuce year round, and you've got this right close to metropolitan areas, immediately going into your restaurant supply, your food supply chains, into Loblaws, those bags of salad that we have and many of us eat that contain the dressing and the nuts and the seeds all packaged up. A lot of that from us consumers in Canada come from California. It sits on trucks and shelves for weeks. By the time we're buying it at your local grocer, it's only got 4 days left before expiry. And a lot of these issues were some of the issues we saw with problems with romaine lettuce. So a lot of that can be more sustainably sourced with vertically farming. Use a lot less water. And as you can tell by not trucking it, over continents, your carbon emissions are going down as well. Another area we're excited about would be alternative proteins, and so using substitute plant-based proteins for meat or non-dairy milk. This all has a big impact on water usage and carbon emissions. Beyond Meat says They've stated that 90% less carbon emissions and GHG emissions by using or producing a Beyond Meat burger versus a regular burger. And they state that they use 99% less water in producing a Beyond Meat burger versus a regular beef burger. So that's an exciting area of investment for us. Another area would be agriculture and food testing companies. Right from inspecting crops to a more regulated label on the products that we buy at the grocery store. So when we're buying organic strawberries, we know exactly where it came from, when, who's been testing it, and a lot of this will be regulatory changes. That's going to be a big investable area for us over the next decade. Another area would be animal health. So, for the animals that we do use for milk and for consumption, ensuring they're healthier, and we're again getting more efficacy out of the animals that we do produce. So whether it's better vaccines, animal nutrition. A Dutch company we really like is DSM, that produces these micronutrients in the feed of animals to make them healthier. They've also have innovative technologies to reduce the amount of methane in cattle through ingredients that they've produced. So less methane produced when cattle burps, for example. And another great thing that DSM has been doing is on the fishery side. We've overfished much of our oceans. So instead of catching fish for omega-3 fatty acids, they found a way to extract omega-3 fatty acids out of marine algae instead of fish, and that's going to be positive for using fish for other methods and a food source rather than just for their oils. So that's an exciting area. So combined these solutions, there's other solutions we're looking at combined with the organic and healthy food categories. This all adds up to growth towards $1 trillion a year in addressable market revenue by 2030. So we're a decade away from a massive addressable market that we find it quite attractive. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.